Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you the power of Korean Hecarim. Hecarim actually has an insanely good win rate with the right build. So whenever you rush 𝐒𝐿 Chainsword as your first item, literally all of Hecarim's builds have over a 59% win rate to a 68% win rate. Super strong considering the champion as a whole's overall win right now is around 47% because people are still building him wrong. The reason why you want to rush down the 𝐒𝐿 Chainsword is the stats simply don't lie. For only 2800 gold, which is cheaper than any other mythic you're gonna rush other than a turbo, you get 55 AD, which is more AD than most items in the game like Trinity, Divine. It's equal AD as Gore Drinker, and it's 600 gold cheaper. So 2 kills cheaper, you get equal AD, you get 25 abilities, 250 health, and then obviously you get the heal cut passive, which is really nice because you can AoE apply it with your Q. If you are ahead in the early game, you can look to grab a tier on your first back. That can be kind of greedy though. So unless you're really far ahead, don't grab tier before you have your 𝐒𝐿 Chainsword. Hecarim is still more of a early mid-game champion. You don't want to try to solo dragons on him pre-6. That's a huge mistake. You need 6 on this champ. Usually you want to do a full clear with him. His full clear is solid. He's kind of like playing an AD Evelyn, except he's actually mobile. So basically not Evelyn. You can just do a red side clear, start Raptors, red, Krugs, then gank. I was thinking about doing that this game since their Garen had Ignite, but he also had Phase Rush. Phase Rush is always annoying to gank. It's a huge speed up, so I decided against it. If you end up splitting up your clear like that on Hecarim, you can put yourself super far behind. We keep our Q stacks up in between camps by pulling them out. Puts your Q on a much shorter cooldown. You can go double points in Q before you have a point in your E. It's kind of greedy though, because if you end up getting invaded and you're missing your E, there's no way to really escape or to chase them down. Or let's say your camp's already down. Now how are you going to gank without your E? So it's something to think about. E, when it's not charged, doesn't really do much. It's more of just a knock rather than an actual damage source. It does more damage once it's charged. We'll E over to our next camp here. We should be able to do close to a 320 full clear. Most junglers finish their full clear from 315 to 335. Most. Some junglers can't, like Warwick. So here we finished around 320 with full HP and dual refills. We're going to go ahead and ghost, going for this Garen. Not sure if we actually missed our attack on him. Shaco's out of mana, but we got slowed by him, so we can't run that down. We got a lot of CS up on him. He did a 3 camp, clear into gank. Put himself really far behind since the ganks didn't pan out. Echo wants to fight. We can thrash him. Maybe he was just warding. You can apply your phase rush instantly. 3 different attacks. So 1 Q EW instant or 1 Q auto W. Your Qs don't cancel your autos. And your autos don't cancel your Qs. They work smooth as butter together. Got a red buff auto on this guy with our phase rush. We pulled him back into the Vigar, run alongside of him. You need to get comfortable being able to take a turret shot or 2 on Hecarim. It helps out a lot being able to push people with your E, especially in the early game when you don't have a crazy amount of damage. If you get double scuttles on Hecarim, you're going to be in for a fun time. I'll tell you that right now. We're using our water walking celerity in the scuttle here. Not sure if we're behind the Lux. We got to be behind somebody though. Still got the knock. Got our phase rush proc so we can keep up with them. We're landing dual Qs. Red buff auto slow on the Lux. She landed a great snare so we can't keep up. Our teammates are low health, low mana. We need to shove the wave so they can reset, spend their gold. We'll ping her to stay. You don't want to steal the last hits. The goal is to share the XP. That way you can hit an early level 6. She just needs to back off here. We'll reset. Even if Shaco shows up, we have water walking celerity and a scuttle we can retreat to. Looks like Echo. Okay, Shaco's top. That's fine. First item rush, like I said, it's 𝐒𝐿 Chainsword. There's nothing wrong with going for early Lucids. And since we're ahead, we'll grab a tier. Now we'll go into our 𝐒𝐿 chainsword. And since it's such an affordable item, we're not that far away from getting it. Lots of kind of early mid-game tempo champions like Hecarim or Graves. You can get early tier 2 boots. It works really well with your kit. A lot of your damage comes from your Qs. This puts your Qs on lower cooldown. And Hecarim gets more AD based off of how fast he is. So tier 2s work wonderfully on him. If you're behind on Hecarim, it's usually best to avoid tier 2 boots rush and instead go straight for the 𝐒𝐿 chainsword. That way you can have a baseline value for your team. If you're already behind, being faster isn't necessarily going to help you. We don't have R, that's alright. We can get behind these guys with this big wave. We'll pop our E early. Got the phase rush, trying to body block Lux here. There we go. Hecarim's got a weird fat hitbox. Can do a lot of damage with it, getting in people's ways. I'm not sure if Echo's rotating on us here or not. We don't have phase rush, but we do have the tier 2 boots. We'll get level 6 here pre 7 minute. That's a very, very, very nice time to hit it as a jungler. Most junglers will hit around 7 minute 30. The only way you can hit it consistently pre 7 minute 30 is if you're sharing minion XP with your laners. Super important to do so. If you're consistently not sharing minion XP with your laners after successful ganks, you're going to be losing way more games. Echo's level 6. He has R, full HP, tier 1 boots. Our easiest gank is honestly the Ziggs Lux. They don't have much counterplay for stopping us. Hecarim R is like a Malphite R. It can't be stopped in midair. Same like Volibear R or Warwick R. So if Lux goes to snare, we can whip her with it. Oh, buddy. I think you just died, bro. Yeah. He actually tried to steal my blue buff. He might have been able to kill me if he did. That was probably his level 6. He most likely saw his raptors were gone. He was ticked off and then looked for the invade. Even though Hecarim doesn't have the strongest solos in the game because he has a lot of AoE damage and they have to balance him somehow, if he's ahead of you, you generally don't want to look to try to solo him like that because you're probably not even going to be able to get away. So once you figure out, oh wait, I can't win this fight, it's usually too late. We should also have oracles right now. There's no reason for us to have the stealth ward, especially against the 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐂. It'd be nice to know where he's going when he goes invisible. We'll go invade his top side. We didn't get red buff, so we know he didn't take his red yet. He's most likely going to go straight to his red. It's a more valuable buff. Samira Vel'Koz are kind of low, so that's probably going to entice him even more. We'll take his blue Gromp same time. I don't really feel like taking Herald right now. I'll ward there, make sure it's not control warded. It often is, so I'd want to know if they had vision of me. So he actually hasn't. I think he's on the other side of the wall. I know which one's the real one. Yeah. He actually can't get away. We have Water Walking, Celerity, Ghost, Blue Smite, Nimbus. Everything's working in our favor there. Sorry, Echo. And if you have the proper clear on Hecarim, you're finishing full HP around 320. And if you get one or more successful ganks before your first back, you can tempo the game like this. Just don't throw your shutdown gold. I have to keep a close eye on their bot lane. We'll heal off of our W here. Try to pull this towards the brush. 𝐒𝐿𝐂's likely to go for his blue buff since it's spawning in. Yellow means it's up in 10 seconds or less. Ooh. I like that. He's likely going to get his teammates to come over here. Oh, Echo's gonna come. I gotta leave. I don't have blue smite either. This is too dangerous. Even if we kill him, it's not even 300 gold now. And if he kills us, it's like 3 kills. We're gonna R through that. We still get our dash. Your dash attaches to people's flashes. Your E is literally a dash. It's like a kind of like a Warwick Q. You can even go over walls with it if you have an enemy target to jump on with it. The best way to survive a Hecarim gank is to have hard displacements or Morgana Black Shield. Morgana Black Shield's a really good counter to his E. Okay, we got our 𝐒𝐿𝐂 chainsword now, absolutely stacked. At this point, you're usually looking for Turbo Chem Tank to help your engages and tankiness, especially when you're in team fights. It's kind of nice to have. We should have oracles, by the way. Your other mythics is basically Divine or Trinity. Divine's been nerfed a bit to where it's like, not quite worth on Heck. Trinity, not really worth either. So you get stuck with Chem. You get stuck with Chem Tank by default, which is kind of funny. It's not the worst item in the world to get stuck with, though, I'll tell you that. Decent burst, decent mobility, decent tankiness. I mean, you could go for Stride Break. I'm surprised that isn't a recommended item. I really like it, that item. The slow on it, the mobility. We need to start getting objectives, though. We do fall off. This champion is not a true full build late game champ. On the bright side, 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐈 and Veigar are. So, we got that going for us. I just realized Hecarim is broken with Vague Cage. You can push them into the Vague Cage. Get a word down, take this guy's wraps. We have Blue Smite to escape. Phase Rush, they're not gonna be able to kill us. Get a drink of our water. Water really is the best beverage for gaming. You'll have a better sense of your own abilities and your awakeness. With that being said, I do like my morning coffee. Easy gank bot side. We have the water walking and celerity giving us lots of movement speed with the scuttle crab. Our E's on cooldown. Shouldn't matter though. We'll go for the double fear, blue smite. Push him back into my teammates. And there's no counterplay for them there, not with their champions. If they're not underneath their turret, that's gonna happen to them because we're fast enough to do it. Hey 𝐒𝐂𝐂𝐂. Oh man. Did he see me? Or did he just guess lucky? We'll take these at the same time. We could go fly trap bot side. We probably don't have the minions for it though. It looks like Ziggs TP'd, so I'm glad I didn't. We don't need to play for kills. We're already in the driver's seat. Whenever we go to take an objective, they have to get out of our way. We don't need to try to force kills. The whole point of kills is to allow yourself to take objectives or to build a gold lead to allow the objective taking. We're already at that point. Taking dragons on Hecarim is so much more annoying since they've made dragons tankier. Yeah, that's really rough. Samira 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐈 is gonna be super hard to deal with. Ziggs isn't a very viable champion right now. I wouldn't recommend him in any role at the moment. Of course, regardless of a champion's viability, if it brings you great pleasure to play them, you should. I'm just saying, like, he's not that good right now. Oh man, because whenever I talk bad about a champ, there's always that one person in the comments. But I like that champ. No one should. If you like it, no one should stop you from playing it. It's just one of those things. 𝐒𝐂𝐂𝐂's coming over for his Gromp. Oh, he's out of mana. He's out of mana. He's dead. Blue smite him. QW. Hit him with the R. Down he goes. He only had like 40 mana. Echo items are nothing right now. He can't. Ooh, well. Our phase rush isn't quite up. We are on our water walking though, so we're pretty quick. I think Garen already burned his flash. Back on the water walking, no way they can keep up with us. 𝐒𝐂𝐂𝐂's going to be in the general area here in a moment. I'm missing a lot of HP. That Veigar flash was kind of pushing deeper into 𝐒𝐂𝐂 jungle territory. We're healing off the scuttle through our jungle item. Alright, these guys are goners. Skadoosh. Push him right into the cage. I think he already stepped on it technically, but you get the point. Hecarim Veigar is a disgusting combo. Lots of AoE. And you both do opposite damage types too. So if you're a Hecarim player, you should find a Veigar player to duel with. Opposite damage types, lots of CC. Beautiful. And the Hecarim mobility sets up the Veigar skill shots as well. You can force the fight for the Vague. One of the mechanics I don't know if I've talked about is your Q is smooth. It doesn't cancel anything. You can just spam it. Even while you're on your E, you can spam it. Like this. Another thing is your R extends your E duration. If your E is about to end, and a billionth of a second and you R. After your R then ends, you have like a quarter of a second to use your E before it ends. So your R does technically extend your E. Just keep that in mind. You can R into them, they're feared, and smash them into your teammates. So most of your engages will be an E, R, E2. For me, it's T because I put my ultimate on T. I have my attack move click on R. Everyone should be using attack move click. It's basically a cheat that's allowed. I think they should remove it from the game personally. Attack click, attack move click are... I don't think they're necessarily good for the game. But they've been in it forever, so who am I to say? I'm not going to use R, I don't want him to dodge it. Just walk up on him, slow him first. Now I'll hit him with an R. I got to close distance so I can't kill him. If we're already on top of them and we know we can win the fight, there's no reason to waste all of our gap closers at once. Boof. If they FF20, then we'll do a part 2. I'd like to give you guys a longer taste. This game was determined basically by... He didn't full clear, and he ended up on the gank at the end of my full clear, so they'll lose that by default. Like, after that happened, I'm not going to throw my lead to where it's going to be very challenging for him to come back into the game. Very challenging indeed. Okay, we'll go ahead and reset, get our chem tank. After chem tank, you're usually going to look to get your mana moon. If you never bought a tier, then you're just going to go for Death's Dance. But obviously we bought the tier, so it's going to be nice and stacked for our mana moon, giving us heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of damage. Plus 15 ability haste. Hard to go wrong with that. At this point, you'll have... I still haven't gotten oracles. Oh my god. At this point, you'll have 2 different HP items, the chem tank and the chem punk, giving you a combined total of 700 health. On top of some armor, magic resist to help deal with lethality and flat magic penetration. It's really important that you do take tenacity. That way you can have the option of going lucids, which is generally your best option, especially when you're ahead, to snowball games with better mobility for ganks. You really don't miss out on early damage too. So if you rush lucids instead of a call fields, it doesn't even hurt your clears because of the ability haste difference. Oh, buddy, buddy, buddy. Ghost, blue smite, chem tank. We still have our R as well. Bullet Hecarim. Beautiful thing. I've been enjoying fast junglers immensely lately. I did put out a Darius video. It was so gross. We were moving 510 movement speed, just walking around without even using an activatable. And on activatable plus ghost, we were moving at like 700 movement speed, I think. It was super fast. We looked like a freaking Hecarim. It was nasty. Darius jungle's low-key 1v9. Darius jungle can even do full clear 313 with leash. It's like, what the heck? What were they thinking? Oof, hit him with the R, push him back into my team. Down he goes. It was an ugly push, but he was absolutely zooming. Hey, Garen. We get the phase rush. Was there somebody over here? At this point in the game, we should be taking heralds for sure. Oh, I found him. I can't keep up with him though. It's too quick. He has flash. If you take flash on Shaco jungle, it's... I mean, it can help you... Now that I think about it, flash on AP Shaco jungle is actually kind of good because you can keep your mesh stacks up more consistently. But flash on 80 Shaco jungle, not the best. You end up lacking damage. Yeah, I need this blue, Glenn. You already have a blue. Gosh, you must have stolen mine. That blue's pretty gosh darn fresh. We should have taken heralds. We haven't been going for enough objectives this game. We've been playing super kill heavy, which is pretty pointless when you're already ahead. Unless you have Mesh. If you have Mesh and it's not fully stacked, then still playing for kills is generally okay. Even the Samira can interact with my E-offer passive. If she clicks on someone who's displaced, I believe it extends the displacement by like a half a second. I'll have to remember that. If I ever have a Samira in my team in the future, I'll play Heck. As long as our team isn't too 80 heavy. Goodbye, Shaco. His Q is about to be up, so I decided to whip him with an R. Should be able to end off that. Pretty healthy. I think they've mainly given up. Auto attack E reset. There we go. Plus 50 gold. All right, we'll go ahead and do a part 2. I'll see you guys there. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of Hecarim Junghole in the Bunghole with the OP Korean build. The Koreans just do it better, right? Up against a Trundle in the Bunghole. Looks like you took the wrong keystone. Should be a lot of fun. We're gonna go ahead and invade him. Whenever you go in for the invade on Hecarim, it's similar to a Kayn invade where you want to start on their Raptors, then take red, 𝐒𝐿, gank into your blue side. Worst case scenario, you'll lose your bot side, but you're still getting off a full clear and a very effective from behind one-time gank. So that's the plan. I'll just say I don't need leash. I'm a solo go. So that way they know. They know not to follow me. It's kind of late at night right now. So I think these guys were kind of trolling on their team. I think people were picking things, hoping someone would dodge. So we'll try to put them out of their misery fast. Usually top laners aren't watching this deep onto the red buff. And we got out here early, so we know there's no vision. Since we have phase rush, even if someone did show up, or multiple people, we could probably get away, which makes this a fairly low risk play. Worst case scenario, we have to go start on our wolves. Really not that tough. Wolves, blue Gromp. We could look for a gank or continue our full clear. So you're always going to have an option on a versatile champion like Hecarim. The only thing that takes away from Hecarim's versatility is the fact that he can only really play jungle. That's about it though. You wouldn't really want to play him top or mid. He's been nerfed for that. I believe they made his Q cost more mana, or they did something like that, where he just runs out of mana way too fast. As a jungler though, your jungle items constantly giving you mana back, especially the lower on mana you are, which is how we're able to keep our mana high here. It looks slow right now, but we're getting 10 back per second, so we'll be full. We'll have enough mana to gank here. I hate ganking for Nasus's early or Vlad's early because it's bad, and we're probably not going to get a kill, but we did just ruin Garen's lane effectively. As long as Nasus doesn't die, level 1, he's pretty dang strong. We should have laid our ward right here. We messed up after we took the Raptors. We could be invaded now. You want to know where the enemy jungler is, because sometimes they retaliate. They'll invade you. You need to know what's going on so you don't set yourself up to die. We'll go ahead and look for this scuttle crab here. I'm gonna go ahead and smite the blue though. We're taking a lot of damage. We could go back for Garen, honestly. He doesn't have flash, so he'll be pretty killable. Very killable indeed. Go ahead and pop our ghost. Use our E. Like I said, I hate ganking for Nasus in the early game. We have red buff on this dude. He got withered after he Q'd, so he has nowhere to go. He did a lot of damage with his spin though. Get him with a Q auto. Nasus finishes it. Garen's gonna be in a tough pickle now. I don't want to steal this dude's minions. I'm just thinning the wave out just a little bit. He should still be able to hold a freeze or a soft freeze from that position. Trundle's super far behind. Looks like he's doing the Warwick jungle trick, which is where you start without refill. That way you can get an earlier Tiamat. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if he ends up getting a Tiamat there. We could go back top, or we could just clear down to our bot side. Nasus is getting some free Q's farm. He has 30 right now. Decent. Starts to stack up a lot faster as they get more levels. Each point in Q helps them a lot. We'll leech this minion XP over the wall. We want to hit an early level 6. When you're playing Hecarim, you gotta be greedy. The faster level 6 you hit, the harder you can carry your team. Now, with that being said, Ahri might die to a Zed level 6. So if we hit level 6, maybe we'll go mid. She just missed a huge chunk of, not missed, but she just lost a little chunk of XP there. 'Cause we were both getting the majority of the total, but she was not getting the entirety of the total. Zed is not 6, he's looking for the roam. He has D shield, his damage is going to be relatively low. We'll go ahead, pop E. Oh, he got in that last auto. Finish off the Lux. I'm taking a lot of damage from Zed though. I want to get out of here. And we'll go ahead and reset. First back we can get Lucids, which is awesome. I'll go straight into 𝐒𝐿 Chainsword. I don't want to stick around on things like tier this game. I'm going to get bursted by Zed if I do. I want to get into some proper items ASAP. We're going to have shutdown gold. Zed's going to get fed. And I don't want him to get my shutdown gold. Trundle in the bunghole is going to kill Ahri. Down she goes. Nasus hasn't spent his gold yet, and I really hate ganking for Nasus players. It's so hard to do anything. He's going to die here in a second. Holy crap. Nasus is literally going to die, but I'm going to get the wave, so... Yeah, he couldn't R because he was silenced. Garen took a lot of damage, and he doesn't have his ignite, so we might actually be able to kill him. Yep. That's sweet. Give me that XP, baby. Let's go. Pre 7-minute level 6. We'll take it. Our R is up. Just like a Fiddlesticks, you would typically want to gank bot lane once you do have your R, since it's a big AoE ability and you get to go through all CC with it. Doesn't matter how much CC they have. You'll get to go through it. That's what we're going to be looking to do here. We'll head over there right now. Even though their team comp is absolutely atrocious, it's not that bad for team fighting. Like a Moo Lux is pretty solid for that. Just remember, guys, there's no shame in dodging. If you're in a ranked game and your teammates are picking weird stuff like a Moo bot with Lux, there's no shame in just noping out of there. We extended our E duration, but we didn't really push her with it. We didn't click it in time on her. We landed a huge fear though. 2-second fear pushed her into our teammates. The fear from the R alone was enough to make that happen. I don't want to start dragon. I want the blue buff instead. I have smite up for it too. I want it. Can delay whatever Trundle's doing. Looks like he ended up getting early tier 2s. Don't know about that one. Oh, his Shadow's on a cooldown. We'll Ghost E for this. Got his Flash. Decent. Ghost is a much shorter cooldown than Flash. Trundle's kind of mid. He's very, very delayed. He does have plated though. I don't know if I could actually kill him. It might be kind of hard. We'll see. He's on... Okay. I thought he was going to go for his red buff here, but he's just mid, trying to possibly get level 6 or checking dragon to make sure we're not on it. He's going to completely miss this, though. Garen shoving in topside. Nasus is low. Our best move here is to get red buff, then gank. Looking at Garen's item versus ours, we have about equal gold spent, but we have red buff advantage, plus Nasus is going to wither. As long as we can get Garen under turret, this gank's fine. Yeah, he's screwed. His Q's on cooldown as well. He just damage reduction to all of that. We'll smite the minion for the speed up. And down he goes. I don't really want to steal these last hits. I just want this wave pushed. Force Garen back top side. Maybe let Nasus get a play. Give me that scuttle. Our R's back up, so it's probably time to look for a gank over doing a Herald. Pre 14-minute Heralds are very solid though, because you can get plates with them. We can rush out and get Zed real quick, I think. Oof, that was ugly. We have blue smite. He actually got to dodge all that damage. That's kind of dirty. But our abilities go on cooldown and he gets to dodge it like that. Nasty. We'll go ahead and shove this real quick. It's a lot of XP and we can dump it into Zed's turret to where he's not getting any of this anyways. Which makes this A-okay. What? We have phase rush. Nice try, buddy. If we're sitting on R, I would really like to use it. We kind of have top prio. Garen has more CS somehow. I don't know about that. Trundle's topside. He's delaying his level 6. You never want to do that as a jungler. Never put yourself behind for the sake of the team like that. In a solo queue environment. It's bad because the farther you fall behind, the less you'll be able to help your team anyways. Is it gonna let me? It didn't let me hit it from behind when I was behind it. My auto attack literally wouldn't hit. I have to leave now. That was really weird. I hit it in the back legit 3 times and the back pop is over 1,000 damage and it just wouldn't count it. These guys are grouping up heavy now. We'll go for our 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒 chainsword and buy some of our turbo chem tank now. Can't believe they got that herald, man. Oh well. We're pretty big. I might even go for a Serld as this game to end it faster. These guys are trolling. They're all grouping mid now. I have all chat turned off. I wonder what they must be saying. We have a massive item advantage over everyone. We can force a kill here. They're starting that dragon at a really bad time. We'll ghost E into the R. Down they go. That's a 3-man 2-second fear. We get the ghost extensions, run this guy down, kill him with the Q. Beautiful. We were still on our ghost as well because the extensions per kill and assist we're getting an extra 5 seconds. Got it with our Q. I was saving it for the last 100 health. I don't want to give that away. Nasus is still struggling a bit. We don't really need to play topside. We can just play for Draxol. As long as I don't throw out the shutdown. They're grouping up super heavy though, so we kind of got to be careful in a situation like this. Make sure we don't get 4-man caught out. Because they're moving around in a huge death ball. Nasus needs to pop R and trade. I might run out of mana in this fight. Oof, he had flash. Rip. Nasus is a higher level than us with less CS. Less kills, less like everything. That's the state of the jungle right now. Even if you're performing really well compared to everyone else in terms of kills, assists, and farm count, you're not generally the highest level in the game. It's usually top or mid. These guys are grouping up super heavy. I'm gonna get chem tank into Serld's. Serld's 3rd item. They're pretty far behind. We just need more damage to kill them. They're not gonna have the output to kill us unless we get hit by every single CC on their team. Kite this out a bit. There's red buffs coming up. I'll head over there for that. We'll use our E to get over there a bit faster. Nice thing about Hecarim is it starts going on cooldown from the second you press it rather than the end of the duration, which is very cool. Basically, it's a deceptively short cooldown. Pull into the bush. Trundle's probably gonna... Well, we could kill Zed there. He doesn't have any armor or HP items, so he's pretty squishy. His only HP items do shield. I don't want to die for this. If I'm gonna live, I'm gonna have to keep kiting these guys out. I'm dead. That's exactly what I was worried about. We did take 3,200 damage, which is kind of interesting because we only have 2,100 health, so we were healing quite a bit from our Ws. If they dump all their damage on us, they can kill us. None of them had a complete item. They all had partial completes. But with combined gold spent, they had a higher combined spent across the 3 of them, as you can imagine. We'll skip Mana Moon this game and go straight for Searle. Well, never mind. I'm thinking about it. Some of these fights are going to be really long and dragged out. This game's actually kind of losable, which is the weird thing. They're all stacking up together, and if our team doesn't, it's going to make this game really hard. Very hard indeed. We just need to stay alive and not throw any more shutdown gold, especially giving it to Zed. He's one of their better players. You wouldn't really want to go Divine or Trinity on Hecarim right now. It's just not worth it. Divine used to be. They keep nerfing it though. They don't like how prevalent it is the bruiser mythic choice. Might as well just go Chem Tank. There you go, Lux. I'll pop Ghost for this. I want extensions anyways. It starts going on cooldown immediately, so the extensions don't hurt you in any way. We'll blue smite him. Goodbye, Trundle. Moon can't stop me. We have too much AoE damage. His R might even be on cooldown. Teammates are pushing mid. We'll go take these camps. Don't mind if I do. Let's just get Herald and end it. There's no reason to drag this game out. Absolutely no need. Hopefully Herald lets me hit it in the back this time. Fun fact, if you hold down spacebar, you won't have sound whenever you use the F key. Fun little hack. I'll be taking this. Now it's letting me hit it in the back. That's pretty sweet. We don't even need Dragon. We're not playing for slot at this point. We're just playing to end it. It's already nearly 20 minutes and it's super one-sided. I think Ari just tried to take our Herald there. That's kind of funny. Kind of funny. Oh, Lux is missing. We'll go for the dragon then. That's fine. I didn't realize Asher gave a little bit of vision. Ari's in trouble there. I can't really save her. She should be able to save herself with triple R plus Lubin speed up. Looks like she got countered by Trundle Pillar. Down she goes. Oh, her R's on a cooldown. That actually makes more sense how she died. These guys have a lot more people than us. Ash isn't over here. Moo is out of position though. Down he goes. Should actually not have used the RE2. Instead just hit him with a Q and ran back this way. I gotta kill Lux. I missed my R on her somehow. What? That is incredible. Blue smite him, down he goes. We'll go for Dragon. We can get Searled next. Just chill on the tier. The tier should be enough mana to do what we need to do, to where we don't constantly run out in long, prolonged fights. Whenever we're not in the jungle or river. If you're in the jungle or river, you'll never really run out of mana. That's funny, he's willing to trade damage. He really didn't want us getting this dragon, did he? We should be able to afford the full Sorreldas. I'll back for that right now. Kind of excited for the new season changes for 2023. They're going to be giving junglers, from what they said, a jungle item, which is pretty sweet. Sivir's not particularly fed. I don't know. She does have 2 full item. Maybe she can do more with it than we can at the moment. We'll go Dead Man's next. After our Surlds for the penetration. Surld is just really sweet. It gives you an AoE slow on Hecarim when you land your Q. Damaging abilities, so I guess your QW 2 AoE slows, and then your R's AoE slow, but it's already a fear, so that doesn't really count. Ghost is up. Here we go. Lol. Where's everyone going here? Hey, friend. We'll go ahead and pop our ghost. We get the extensions. And down they go. Hecarim with the lead is absolutely disgusting. That is it. They quit. That is GG's. We'll take a quick look at damage dealt, damage taken. I have a feeling we were the highest damage dealt. I don't know about damage taken, though. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we had the highest damage dealt in the game. Looking at damage taken, we had the highest taken in the game. Not bad. For runes, pretty good value. All in all, Hecarim jungle, extremely solid. And with this build, very viable and a lot of fun. You guys should give it a try. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to hack the algorithm. My name is 𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐒. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.